Guys, welcome back. Thanks for allowing me to come into your studio, paint with you, share my ideas. Guys, we're going to have lots of fun today. This painting here, you can see I'm already, halfway through this one, 3/4 of the way through. And the reason I do this is this way I can kind of explain to you what I've done up to this point and then how I finish this up. So now here, don't you think this is pretty far along? I would think you'd agree with me. This painting is pretty much compositionally, it's close to being finished. I've got everything kind of shaped out. You can see underneath I've drawn all the pencil sketches in here. I'll show you my reference photo, which I have sitting directly, well, a little bit over to the right across from me. I have it taped up on my studio wall here. This is my reference photo. Now, as we're looking at this photo, you can see this is definitely out west, maybe Arizona or Utah, in that area. And beautiful colors, greens, purples, reds, blues, lots of beautiful color, lots of very striking shadows, especially in the mountains. So I tried to basically get that in more of a impressionistic fashion on my painting. I learned a long time ago from a great painter that I'm not really trying so much to copy what I see, but I'm trying to sort of give my idea or impression of what I'm seeing in my own style. So this is sort of an impressionistic idea of what I'm seeing in front of me, and I will admit that the colors are not the greatest match. I'm starting with a new palette of colors. These are some earth tone colors, and I'm also using some primary tones, primary colors, the red, yellow, and blue, to mix my greens and, of course, blue and the primary colors. So since I'm using new colors, I'm not getting the exact colors that I would like, but I'm getting just the impression of it. So if let's say we were to go out and paint in front of this scene, and then in our imagination we drew a little, maybe a house here, a little ranch house, nice ranch house I sketched in. This would be something we might do before we headed back home to the studio to do a finished painting. This is just kind of like a sketch of what the general idea of what I'm looking at, the impression I'm getting, the feel of everything, the feel of the brush strokes, the lines going horizontally across the mountains, and then the vertical shadows, shapes in here. So this is just a quick compositional sketch, as if I was out there in this scene sitting in a chair with my palette and paints and we were painting. This is what we would do maybe. So I'll try to finish up here, and I'll put the painting across from me again on my studio wall. I'll just tape that up there. And I will constantly look back and forth at my photograph that I printed out and to my palette and my paints and my painting here. So I'm going to go back in and start buttoning up a few ideas here. Okay, I'm going to go in and do a little more color here. And I'm trying to follow the lines that I'm seeing in the photograph. Trying to get some nice dark shadow shapes there. Okay, that's looking pretty good. So I have that mountainside over here. This pretty much I'm happy with. This is the other mountain, side of that mountain. I'm going to start adding in the darks for the windows of the ranch house here. a little bit of a shadow shape underneath the eave of the roof. I see some more shadows. On the rafters of the roof. This is a shadow of a picture I just took out of offline. The roof, I'm getting the lines of the roof. So here I'm just outlining the darker shadow shapes under the eaves of the ranch house here. It's in bright sunlight. Sunlight's coming from this way in the picture. As we can see again from the reference photo, the light's coming from the right side. It's sort of like this. So the light's coming across the picture like that, the scene. So I'm trying to get that same feel. Again, this is just an impression of what I'm seeing. It's not perfect. I'm just having fun, as if I was sitting here out in the beautiful Arizona desert, somewhere out west, having fun, enjoying the watercolor paints and colors, and I think this is coming along okay. Trying to just do a little color variations under here. Now I'm going to get into some more darker shadow colors, maybe just to bring out the side of this ranch house here, and then I'm going to do a little splashing for some bushes and okay, we're getting there. I'm going to go with a little larger brush now. Pick up some of that gold color with some reds. I try to add in color. Throughout the picture to get a nice harmony. I'm adding a little more splattering just for effect here, for some stones and Okay, I'm noticing there's a lot of nice greens and golds in the ground, the foreground. Okay, now for a sketch. This seems to be pretty good. A bit of a path coming through here. I'll leave that the white of the paper. I might do a little bit of Okay, you can see in certain spots here I'm not going all the way out to the edge. I'm leaving that bright white paper. It gives a nice feel of vignetting. And then the sky, I'm going to try to do a little bit of sky here. Again, I'm pretty, pretty free and loose with skies. I don't try to get too involved with serious design of the sky. Some paintings I will do that, but this one here, again, we're doing this is more like a sketch. If we were sitting out in front of this scene, we might not have everything we have in the studio at our fingertips, so we would be using just a, maybe a small palette, and so we're going to mix up a little bit of blue, sky color. As you can see here, I'm going very simple brush strokes. I'm just going across the page for a little bit of an angle. Again, I'm not particularly concerned with making exact color of sky. I'm just mixing the same colors for the sky that I used for the painting, which gives a nice harmony to the painting. I'm using what they call artist's license, where I can change things to suit myself, and I'm not so concerned about being accurate and trying to just copy every detail of what I'm seeing in the picture. I have the ability to change my mind on things and suit my own style, the way I like to paint, and I think we're coming along good here with everything. Maybe a touch more of